All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. Blessings to you all in the name of Yeshua, Jesus, the Messiah. I do pray everybody watching and listening is very blessed in many ways. We are going to be getting into this juicy Bitcoin technical analysis, guys. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to share the stream. Make sure to follow me on myspace.com. We will be live momentarily. Stay tuned, y'all. All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Thursday. Blessings to everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Shout out to Yazan Atia, who says, uneven butt cheek, bullish divergence, depends, full absorption. Interesting. Shout out to Aaron G, says, run those likes up. Hang on one second here, guys, because I took a scalp here, and I need to be very careful about what happens right now. Let's see. We are gonna put a stop loss at 23,777. All right, guys, we need to get into this juicy Bitcoin price action. I want to talk about real quick before we get into it. As you can see, I just took a long scalp here. Want to walk over why I got into this trade. It was basically because we came down to the Fibonacci 786. Okay, we came down to the Fibonacci 786. If we take our fib from this low to this high, right? We came down to the 786 to the dang dollar. And you guys know 786, she is one tough lady, right? She is absolutely one tough lady. And she just, usually, whenever we come down to her, she doesn't let us come through, right? She doesn't let us come through. So we got the bounce off the 786, and I was out feeding the chickens, got the alert, 786. Then what we do is we pull our local fib from that first high, that first low to that first high, and look at this. We come down to bounce perfectly from the Fibonacci golden pocket retracement right here. Bounce perfectly from that fib golden pocket, the 6 Juanita, right? And so what was the take profit on this trade? TP1 was none other than the golden pocket from the most recent high to the most recent low. And what do you know? We come right up into that level, guys. Fibonacci, it ain't no joke, baby. Fibonacci ain't no joke. Shout out to Dangerfield, who says, I appreciate you and the other streamers that just give TA and not tell us about other streamers being wrong 2 years ago. I don't know what other streamers were saying 2 years ago, man. I got enough stuff to worry about on my own here. Okay, so now that we've taken this scalp, it could turn into something more, guys. It could, right? Who knows? Let's see what happened on the order flow chart here. Are we getting any kind of bullish CVD here? Let's see. Right? I don't know. Not really, guys. Not really. Right? Not really. Maybe. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. But nonetheless, what I like to do after I hit a TP1 and move my stop loss to profit, looks like we're going to get stopped out. But nonetheless, I like to set some high TPs on this. Let's let it run for a while, and if we don't get stopped out, then we'll continue on here. Okay. Looks like I'm probably going to get stopped out of this one, guys, because I did move my stop loss above the entry. I moved it 777. Yeah, it looks like we're not gonna make it, guys. Looks like we're not gonna make it. Oof, we're not gonna make it. Oof. And we might still bounce from here, but that's okay, because I am long from lower as well. So I will wait for another potential long setup here if one comes. We've got some levels that we're looking at. We do have some levels that we're oh, come on, don't even do this to me. Don't do this to me, Bitcoin. Come on. What are you doing to me? Alright, okay, let's get into the technical analysis here, guys. So, first of all, Bitcoin in a very precarious situation after rejecting hard from the $25,000 level a few days ago. We have done something that, in my opinion, is a little bit concerning. We have been unable to come back inside of not only this diagonal trend line right here, but also we've been unable to come back inside the value area low of this range for quite some time. You can see last night we tried to do it, right? We didn't even make it to the point of control. We fell back down. We have not made a lower low yet, though. We've still made a higher low. We've basically just been kind of chilling out in this little range right here, right? It's very, very interesting. Now, we understand that if we go, you know, to some of these higher time frames, like the 8-hour, we see what looks extremely, extremely, extremely bearish here, which is as we were coming up to that key zone of resistance, as we all know, we're getting the bearish divergences on market Cipher B, the momentum and the money flow getting lower, giving us the dreaded upside down Sam Bankman-Fried bearish man boob gynecomastic pattern here. where the left man boob got a growth from being out in that Bahamian sun all day, and the right one was underneath the shade of the palm tree, didn't get as much sun, so no growth. Man boob's getting lower as the price is getting higher, absolutely, giving us that dreaded pattern that we see right here on Market Cipher B. Okay? Interestingly enough, I'll bet you guys didn't know this, but he actually has 3 nipples, but he keeps it hidden under his shirt. They call it a polymammaritis. Polymammaritis. People don't know about PMI. They call it PMI. Okay? If you guys notice when you hear about the news, oh, is there PMI today? It really means polymammaritis. That's why there's so much volatility when the PMI news comes out, okay? So, basically, we are still trading within this sideways range. And until we lose this range to the downside, there is still a chance that we put in another higher high. Okay, there's still a chance that we put in another higher high. When we're looking at the 1 hour right here, we can see potentially that we are starting to get the bullish looking momentum. And as long as we are not going to lose this low right here, I do think that there is still a chance we could get another rotation back up to the highs. And one of the reasons why I think that is because of the fact that it was such an easy trade to take from the 200-week moving average. Everybody and their grandfather and my grandfather was looking at it, right? Because old people, old stock trader men types, right? What do? They look at the moving averages. And the 200-week, that's no joke, right? And so, we were looking at this a little bit earlier, but is it possible? Is it possible that we do another August pattern here, right? What is an August pattern? Well, in order to determine what the August pattern is, we have to go back to August of 2022. I actually took that entire week off of trading, guys. I took that whole week off of trading. I was hanging out with my family, no computer, no phone for a week. But back in August, when we actually broke out of the sideways range, we peaked our head above once, twice, and then 3 times before the big dump. We're pretty much doing the same thing right now. And this whole time, right, we were printing the bearish Sam Bankman-Fried man boob pattern this entire time, right? We didn't even know about FTX going bad yet either, right? This was before that. But is it possible we're going to do the same thing just to fake everybody out? Because myself included, if we really do break out above that 25-week moving average, that 200-week moving average, which is pretty much at like 25.2. I mean, I think that is a very, very, very significant level. I think we could get a very big move to the upside if we break that. So a fake out of that level would catch a lot of people off guard. But here's why I think it could happen. These divergences that are forming here on the chart are very bearish, right? They're very, very bearish. And what tends to happen, and I've fallen to this trap myself in the past, is when bearish divergences are printing on the high time frames, but we keep going up, you start to say, you know what? These divergences aren't playing out. Screw them. They don't mean a dang thing. Well, often, guys, they do mean a dang thing. More than one dang thing. Maybe 2 or 3 dang things. So let's see if we hold support, put in another high. Let's see if we get another drive of divergence on the daily. That could be the final straw that breaks the camel's back before we get a real pullback. Or we just pump right out. We could keep pumping as well. Okay, we could just also keep pumping. Let's check out real quick the okay, wow, would you look at that, guys? I didn't get stopped out on this trade. Let's check out the order book right now. Oh, wow. Okay, now we've got some potentially bullish CVD cooking right here locally, right? Potentially bullish CVD cooking locally, right? We've got the price making higher lows. We've got the CVD making lower lows. Open interest is kind of flat, but maybe getting up slightly. Potentially maybe some bullish absorption happening right here. Let's check out Market Cipher B. Let's see if we have anything locally. Okay, wow, so look at this. Market Cipher B, I mean, definitely we got the bullish divergences as we fell right into that 786 level, right? We definitely got the uneven butt cheek pattern on some of these time frames, even the 3-minute time frame. Ooh, wow. Look at the 3-minute. Look at these butt cheeks. We got one deep, nice cheek, one shallow cheek right here. Very, very juicy. Extremely nice. Making me hungry, want to go to the diner to to eat some pancakes, hang out with my good friend Dolores while she's smoking a cigarette, coming out with my coffee. But unfortunately, by the time she gets to the table, because she limps along, because when your left glute is stronger than your right glute, you can't really walk straight, so the coffee's spilling all over the place, the food's falling on the floor, you know. But it helps keep you lean and jacked and chiseled, because it's less calories, and, you know, it's harder to put on body fat when you're going to this kind of diner. And it's nice. It's nice. So yeah, we see clearly market Cipher B, 3-minute time frame, uneven cheekage, potential bullish absorption, right? So let's talk about the key levels for Bitcoin. For me, it's quite simple. It really is. It's very, very simple. Right now, to the downside, if we're going to get another drop, there are basically a few levels of support that I'm really looking at. First of all, we've got the 23.3 to 23.5 zone right down here. Very, very key, right? Now, the reason why this is so key is because, you know, think about the most basic piece of advice, non-financial, that you could give to anybody who is investing, right? What did your grandfather say when you told him you were going to become a trader? You thought he wasn't going to be happy about that, right? Because you wasted your whole life, you dropped out of high school, you tried to become a musician, it didn't work out, you were living in your parents' garage with no friends and no girlfriend. And he's like, Jayson, what are you going to do with your life? You said, you know what, Pa? I think I'm going to become a trader. He looked at you and said, son, let me tell you a thing or two about trading, son. Investing is so dang easy. All you got to do is buy low and sell high, and you'll be all right. Just keep your eyes on that 200-week moving average. When price comes below, you sell. When price comes above, you buy. Right? Well, he was right. Buy low and sell high really works. When we come back down to these lows, this is where we should be looking for long trades, because we're simply trading in a sideways range. Historically, when we come down to these lows, once, twice, 3 times, we could have gotten a nice long trade, right? And so we're coming down to the low of the range. Just like when we came up here, we were looking for short trades, right? Which is why we gave the short trade from 25,285 in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, a very juicy swing short trade, which I am still holding, right? I am still absolutely holding the short trade here, right? Because honestly, guys, there is a chance that the high is in. And if the high is in, I do want to hold this as a potential juicy swing short. Do you guys think the music's too loud? You think the music's too loud? Let me know if you think the music's too loud. We could lower it a bit. 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 Let's lower it a bit. How's that, guys? How's that? How's the music, guys? Let me know. Let me know. Is CryptoFace in the chat right now? CryptoFace back in the chat? Yo, CryptoFace says the music's fine, guys. Chill, man. Chill. Shout out to CryptoFace, man. Holding it down. Holding it down in the chat. Keeping everything under control. Let me know, guys. Is the music fine? It's good. It's good. We jamming. We jamming. All right. All right. All right. All right. Yeah. So we're looking to buy low and sell high, guys. That's basically it. And here's one more thing we need to keep in mind. As we're looking at this, as we're looking at the 4 hour, as I look at this 4 hour, right? I can't help but see the potential here for this, right? First of all, look at the money flow getting higher. Second of all, do you guys see what I see here? Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? I'm gonna give you a little hint. You guys see what I see? Because I know what I'm seeing. I don't know what you guys are seeing, but I know what I'm seeing, right? I don't know what you guys are seeing, but I do know what I'm seeing there, right? Now, I know not everyone sees the same thing, right? It depends on your perspective. But I am seeing potential uneven butt cheek here on the 4 hour. If we go down to the 2 hour as well, potential uneven butt cheek, okay? This could really give everybody a fake out. We could get another pump. We could take the high. Shout out to Thrizzle, right? And then I would be looking for a juicy short. If we take that high again, I will be looking for an absolutely juicy short, okay? This is going to be the key level to the downside for me right here. Now, to the upside, I also think there's a chance that we don't take that high and we just come up and make a lower high, because there's a real chance that this is the top based on the upside down Sam Bankman-Fried bearish man boot pattern that we have now on the daily time frame as well, right? And so to the upside, I'm definitely looking at this zone right here. this is going to be my key zone where I'm mainly going to be looking for juicy shorts, right? Nice pair of cargo shorts, like early 2000 new metal cargo shorts, some Fred Durst shorts. Yeah, those are really the two levels, the only two levels I really care about. Besides scalp trading, right now, those are the only two levels I care about. Now, there is still a chance, guys, okay? When we're talking about the August pattern, right? We're talking about the August pattern, that we get that third high. There's a chance that we come down, lose the range, and hold support like what we did in the past, right? Like what we did in the past. So, what I mean by that is this. If we go down to, like, the daily time frame, and we turn off some of these levels, look at what happened, right? We came up, we got this painfully long range here with the bearish divergences printing for 2 whole weeks, right? Then we get a drop, very underwhelming, and we hold perfect support. We hold perfect support at the Fibonacci pull from the low to the high, right? From the low to the high, we held perfect support right at that fib level, right? In fact, this was a key setup that we did give in the Casper Crew VIP Discord from 21.4. In fact, I'm still holding that long trade right now from 21.4 in case we come up higher here, right? I'm still holding that long. And I've been compounding this long since $16,300, right? Been compounding it since $16,300. But the one last thing that I'm looking to potentially happen here, right? And again, the reason why I give all these scenarios, right? I'm not here to predict the price, right? What is the price going to do? Go up or go down? It depends, guys. We can't know what the price is going to do, right? We can't know what the Bitcoin price is going to do. This guy didn't know when he bought Bitcoin for $1. He didn't know the price was going to go to 69K. That's why he was still working his job as a depends model. What we have to do is we have to have a plan so that regardless of what happens, right? Regardless, we have a plan ready to go, up the sleeve and ready to go. So if we do follow the pattern of big move to the upside, Bart Simpson, and then like another big move to the upside, then we should be looking for support around the Fibonacci Golden Pocket as well. And that's going to be coming in at around $23,000. Okay? This would be my last hope to put in that higher high if we start to lose the range to the downside. That $23,000 Fibonacci Golden Pocket, right? We did it the first time, right? Maybe we'll do it a second time. And then after we get that big pump up, shout out to Overcome for the super chat. After we get that big pump up, we have to be aware that we're coming right into the macro Fibonacci Golden Pocket retracement. The 6 Juanita. That's right. You guys know her. The 6 Juanita, my high school crush. Okay? 6 Juanita, the 618 Fibonacci level. As you guys know, I had a huge crush on her. And I thought that she had a huge crush on me back, right? But it turns out I was in something called the friend zone. And she was simply using me because I was doing her homework for her and basically being like her slave, right? So when I asked her on a date, guess what? She rejected me. And it was painful, guys. The purple candles bled out of my system. And of course, her friend was right there watching, right? Her friend was right there watching with the bearish divergences on the chart, which is very much so what will happen if we get that move up there, right? That's very much so what will happen if we get that move up there. So these are basically the scenarios that I'm prepared for right now, ready and waiting for these scenarios to play out. Let's check out our long scalp trade right now. Our long scalp, guys, is still open. Still open after a TP1 is hit. And we're ranging locally, bouncing off the local 786 fib. Guys, fibs are so crazy. They are so crazy, right? I mean, they are crazy. Look at this. We find support perfectly on the 786. We get that first pump up, come up, retest perfectly the golden pocket right here. That's where we get our entry. Our take profit is at the golden pocket, right? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy, right? That's your TP1. And look at this. Because we're using fib levels, it gives us our risk reward ratio here, right? It gives us our risk reward. I know for my TP1, for example, my TP1, it's more than a 2-to-1. That means if I take out half the position at a TP1 here, based on fib levels, I'm already making more than I'm risking on the trade. I'm already making more than I'm risking on the trade just by using the fib levels. And then after I take out half the position, I just let the rest ride. and it's a risk-free trade, right? It's great. You can't go wrong with fibs, man. Now, yes, they could break your heart. Yes, it's tough to never have a girlfriend, to be an incel, involuntarily celibate, to be a MGTOW when men go their own way. Forget about women. We just do everything we would normally do with women, but with other men. Forget it, man. We don't need them. We don't need them. We'll go off and repopulate ourselves, right? And of course, the 786, she can be a tough one as well, right? But they work. They work, guys. Okay? So, let's see. What is happening now locally? We're going to get back into here, and I'm sorry if the music was too loud, guys. I really am, okay? I'm sorry if the music was too loud. Let's pop into the chat and see what's going on. I hope Bitcoin gets a volatile move right now. I hope it does. Let's pop on this this order book here and see, do we have anything juicy happening? Yeah, we had some bullish, slight bullish CVD going on right here. Nothing crazy, right? And also nothing too crazy here either. We got shorts closing out. We don't have too many longs opening. We're chopping and groping around here. We're chopping and groping around here. All right. Okay, we're going to come back to our... We're going to put our key levels on. We're going to go down to the 1 hour. This is the chart that we're going to be monitoring today, guys. We need to know, first of all, if the price is coming up back into the old range. So we're going to set an alert right here. Boom. Okay. And then we need to know if the price is going to come down lower. So we are going to be setting an alert. Let's set one right down here as well. All right, we'll set an alert there. And then, of course, we have an alert down here as well, in case we come down into our box where we need to FOMO long 100x full account. Not financial advice down here. By the way, guys, this is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just some idiot on the internet, so please, don't take anything too seriously, guys. All right, so the stock market, the music was okay before, music was fine. All right, guys, the music was fine. Thank you, I appreciate you guys. Shout out to Dylan Waves in the chat. Shout out to Ed Kill Griefing. 15-minute golden ratio we got. All right, sound AI. We need a short song. We do need a dump song. Should we get the pump song? Maybe we could sing the pump song at some point. Guys, we got about 1,300 people in here, about 400 likes. Let's see if we can FOMO into that like button. Let's see if we can FOMO into the like button. And you know what? Now that we're in this short, we might as well shoot for the moon, guys. I mean, now that we're in the long. Freudian slip. I'm also in a short, guys. I'm also in a short. The reason why I'm in this short right here is because this morning we came up right into the box of resistance that that we had in the Discord this morning, right? These were my trading levels for the day. Uploaded my chart in here for everyone to see, to import into their own trading view. And the first box of resistance that we came up to was this juicy one right here, where we had the golden pocket, the value area low of this range. We had a single print and the daily open and the VWAP in one spot. And of course, we pumped up to there, making for a juicy short trade. And once we got up to there, it was a very, very nice short entry, because if we take a look at what happened as we actually came up to there, we can see, if we go to coinanalyze.net, that when we came up to that zone, right? When we came up to that zone, would you look at this, guys? Absolute whale manipulation going on right here. Whale manipulation, guys. Whale manipulation was happening right up here. We could see that retail traders right here, because this green line is getting higher, and because these blue and purple candles are getting higher, we could tell retail traders were FOMOing long at the top. They didn't know that it was a juicy green box of resistance. And look at this, all these retail traders FOMOing long here, and we can see the price unable to make a higher high, price making a lower high. What does this tell us? This tells us that there's whales up here absorbing those FOMO retail traders longing the top. They weren't listening to their grandfather. They weren't buying low and selling high. They were buying high, and then they were forced to sell low right down here, when all of a sudden all the longs close out. We see, man, they are doing it backwards, right? The whales, in order to build big orders, when you have a lot of money, right? When you're trading big positions, you can't just mark it in. You gotta fill up limit orders, and in order to fill up limit orders, you can't sell unless there's somebody buying, right? If I want to sell you something, I can't sell it to you unless you're willing to buy. So all the retail traders are willing to buy these highs, and the whales, man, now they could just absorb all that buying so they could build up a big sell order, boom, take it down, and that's exactamundo what happened, which is why I'm still holding the short trade. And as I do, I like to take profits, stop loss to the entry, hold it in case we go to Dump City. Opposite for the pump trade, you know, it is the way I like to do it because you just rack up the gains slow over the day. You don't have to FOMO in, you don't have to FOMO out, right? Okay, so we're getting a move to the upside. The 786, she definitely is a tough cookie, right? All right. Can I check Matic? We could check Matic. We could check Matic. Yeah, we could. The 12-minute looks juicy. Let's check out the 12-minute time. Let's check out the 12-minute time frame. All right, we'll check out the 12-minute time frame right here. 12-minute looks oh my goodness. Wow. I didn't see this. I did not see this. But man, the 12-minute does look juicy as heck, man. The 12-minute printing the classic uneven butt cheek pattern. Let's see here. Yeah, that's classic uneven cheekage right here. Let's see. Jayson, if we have a crypto face, J-Chat would be awesome. That would be awesome. Is crypto face still in here? Crypto face, are you still in here, man? If you're still in here, do you want to come on and give some commentary if you have time? Because I want to know your thoughts on this too. These are some confusing markets, man. These are some very confusing markets. Things have been looking so bearish for so long, but we haven't had that follow through. All right. Lemon juicy. Yeah, this is the 12 minutes looking nice, and not only do we see the uneven butt cheek pattern here, but we also do see, in hindsight now, and I wasn't aware of this when I took that scalp trade, but we do see the money flow also getting higher here. Right, we see the money flow getting higher right here. So this could lead to a significant move to the upside right now. And when I say significant, remember guys, I literally took the trade on a very low time frame here. So, you know, like, you gotta understand, when we're on the 1 hour time frame, even on the 12-minute time frame, you know, this is the stuff, this is what we're dealing with, this tiny little area of consolidation, right? But when we're scalping the 1 minute, guys, then all of a sudden, you know, when I say significant move, you guys know what I'm saying. It's like when I post those YouTube videos and I'm like, massive drop, massive pump. People are like, we went up like 1%, bro. It's like, ah, man, you're right. But I forget that because I'm always on the 1 minute time frame. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, these are some big moves, right? This is some big move. This is a big move, man. All right. All right. All right. Maybe we could take a look at some other coins. Other thing we have to take a look at right now, guys, is the S&P 500. The S&P 500, the reason why Bitcoin is also... There's so much confluence between the S&P 500 and Bitcoin. It's insane, right? It's insane. So check this out. The daily time frame, the good old S&P 500. We are coming back right now to retest the very key support resistance diagonal flip that we got right here, right? We tested it, this thing once, twice, 3, 4 times. Now we're coming back down for a retest, coming back down to the high volume node for the past year and some months. And look at this, right? It's crazy. We're coming down to key support. If we go to the 4 hour time frame, look at this, okay? Just locally, like we don't even have to go to the 4 hour time frame. We can go to like let's go to the 30 minute, right? The 30 minute, the S&P 500. It's crazy because look at this. Whatever the S&P 500 does, Bitcoin will also do. So we came this morning and we took out the high for a fake out to the downside. The S&P 500 dumped, right? New York opened, the S&P 500 dumped, so Bitcoin dumped as well. Now the S&P 500 is actually has taken out the low from yesterday and is now reclaiming the level. And it just so happens that as this is also going on, Bitcoin comes down to the 786 and also gets a little bit of a reversal, right? So right now, the S&P 500 is coming up to a key zone of resistance, which is going to be the retest once again of this white trend line, right? This white trend line. So let's see what happens. Also, the dollar still going to Pump City, still putting in higher highs. And I don't know what's going to happen, but it does seem to me that Bitcoin and the S&P 500, although they are still correlated, they're not as correlated as they were. They're really not as correlated as they were in the past, right? Because Bitcoin has been going straight to Pump City. And look at this, like the S&P 500 has gotten a very significant correction since February 2nd. A very significant correction since February 2nd. But Bitcoin, on the other hand, if we go back to February 2nd, hang on, I got to get to February 2nd. Does anyone know where February 2nd is? Wow, yeah, it's much higher than we were on February 2nd, guys. Much higher than we were on February 2nd, right? So they're not as correlated. We're almost seeing an uncoupling of the Bitcoin and the S&P and of the dollar, because the dollar has been going straight to Pump City. And, you know, a few months ago, if the dollar was pumping like this, Bitcoin would have been dumping like crazy, right? Bitcoin would have been dumping like crazy. Look at this, for example, right? When we see FTX go under and Bitcoin takes a massive dump, the dollar gets a big rally, right? But now the dollar's getting a big rally and Bitcoin is holding, right? Bitcoin is holding. And not only that, but the dollar's been getting a rally since February 2nd, right? Where the S&P 500 topped out. Well, guess what? Bitcoin's higher now than it was when the dollar bottomed out. This is very interesting. We're seeing an unhinging, a decoupling of the dollar and the S&P. So what does this mean? I don't know. You know, I really don't know. But it is very interesting for sure. Shout out to everybody in chat. All right, CryptoFace is handling emails. He doesn't have time. I totally get it, bro. But I am honored to have you in the chat, man. Thanks for popping on by. All right, can I share the settings of Market Cipher? Guys, these are the stock settings. I haven't changed anything, right? I've only changed the colors. So you come in here. You got to make sure the VWAP, I make it a line instead of an area. I just like the line better. The area can help. It helps you see the shape of it better, but I like the line. The money flow, blue and purple. The green and red dots, blue and purple. The money flow, blue and purple. The stochastic RSI, blue and purple. And that's it, man. Everything else is just the same. But I do tell you, blue and purple, it's experts agree. And like I always say, you know, if a sentence is preceded by experts agree, you know it's 100% true. Especially if you hear it while you're watching something on a screen. Experts agree that blue and purple money flow works better than red and green money flow. Okay? And studies show, and experts agree, and scientists say, we don't know who the experts are. We don't know who the scientists are. Right? And we've never read the studies, but it's true. They all agree that the blue and purple money flow is definitely the way to go. Right? And if you disagree, you're probably racist. So you better watch yourself there. Let's see who else we got in the chat. We should thank SBF and the other bad actors for stacking the market earlier. Yeah, maybe. So Chonktown says a huge pump is incoming. Opinions on the 12-hour money flow. Yeah, let's talk about that 12-hour money flow, guys. 12-hour money flow is looking extremely bearish to me. Extremely bearish. That's all I have to say about it. Like, it looks so dang bearish. But here's the thing about the 12-hour. As we can see right now, as we're coming down to key support, it looks like we could get one more push up here. You know, it looks like we could get one more push up here. And it's not just the 12-hour that's looking like this. The 4 hours looking like that. The 1 hour's looking like that. The 1 hour. The 24-minute. Man, the 24-minute. Yeah, I mean, the money flow on the 24-minute agrees. Look at money flow on the 24-minute coming back in here. Looks like we could get one more little push just to shake out everybody. Like myself, who's been short from that 200 weekly moving average. Right? That's why it's so important to take profit. If you're in a long swing trade, my target for the swing trade is under 15K. My final TP on it. But make sure to take some profit. Don't let a winner turn to a loser. The market can do anything it wants, right? So just because we have elaborate plans you know, make sure that you're locking in those profits, guys. Make sure you're locking in the profits, right? As Tino would say, pay yourself, right? Yo, ladies and gentlemen, about to bring the fire today. What's the market maker gonna do? Got the vector candles. Market maker's gonna get the retail traders to FOMO long. Meanwhile, the market makers build new shorts. Gotta be careful out there. Okay, we looked at the ES, we looked at the dollar, we looked at Bitcoin. Let's see what's happening right now. How's our long trade doing? It's doing decent, guys. Long scalp turned into a juicy, still a scalp, right? A juicy, still scalp right up in here. Okay. Yeah, juicy, still scalp. We are putting in now a lower high. Let's pull out a local fib. Then we'll take a look at some altcoins. Who is this? Hello? Yes. I'm doing all right. How are you? Yeah, that's exactly correct. We are indeed. All right, cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You too. Take it easy. All right, guys. Well, sorry. Got a phone call. So we just had a whole bunch of shorts open up here. We just had a whole bunch of shorts open up. In fact, we had a few million shorts. Well, not a few million, about 1 million shorts open up here. After a big decrease of short, we had a whole bunch of shorts just basically get stopped out of their position. Now we have a whole bunch more opening up. It looks like they're doubling down on what they thought was going to happen. Let's check out, let's just zoom out and take a look with a little bit more clarity here. Do we see anything noteworthy here? Nope. No. Actually, yeah, we might actually see something noteworthy here, guys. We might actually see something noteworthy here. This could be a bearish divergence right here, right? We got to watch out for this. Look at this. Look at this. Is this retail FOMOing long and whales building shorts right here? It could be, guys. It could be. Whoa. Are we about to get the drop of a lifetime? Are we about to get the drop of a lifetime? Let's zoom in to watch these purple candles start to come in. All right, look at these beautiful purple candles. They look like gumdrops. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, we got to watch out for that, guys. That's not looking too bullish, honestly. That's really not looking too bullish. And let's come back to the chart. And okay, so we know where our key levels are, guys. Like, we absolutely know where our key levels are. We're looking down to this green box to potentially hop into a long trade, especially if we keep getting our bullish divergences on market Cipher. Alright, so let's pop into chat, guys. First of all, make sure to like the stream. We got about 1,300 people in here, only about 400 likes. If we can get 1,000 likes right now, man, I'm going to be a happy man. If we can get 2,000 likes by the end of the stream, we will be giving away 431 USDT for 2,000 likes. Shout out to Brock Landers. Says, hey Jay, can you have a look at Sol forming a massive head and shoulders? Yeah. Let's take a look at Sol. Shout out to Tom Crown, by the way. Yeah, he was talking good about me in his stream yesterday, making me blush, man. Making me blush. Good old Tom Crown. Good old Tom Crown. Alright, we'll take a look at Sol. Somebody wants me to take a look at Coinalyze on the 1 hour, so I'm going to do that quick because I don't want to miss anything important. Wow. The 1 hour potentially forming some bullishness here, and also this entire range looking quite bullish here. You know, I don't really look at 1 hour CVD, but do you want to see something crazy? Speaking of bullish CVD on high time frames, check this out, right? We'll go to the daily. We'll go to the daily. Look at this, right? I mean, this is derivatives on ByBit, but in general, this entire rise, more people have been shorting than longing, right? And this entire rise has been fueled by an increase of open interest. This is a legit move up, right? This ain't no fake move. We've seen actual money come into the market here. We've seen traders actually click to buy and sell. And this is very interesting, right? This is very, very interesting. And when we came down to this low, I don't know if anybody's been around back in these days, we were saying that things were looking very bullish at this low, that we were getting a very bullish CVD divergence here, that we were getting a bullish hidden divergence on market Cipher, that we were getting regular bullish divergences on the 4 hour, that we were flipping market structure bullish, which is why we gave the setup from 21,400, which pretty much was the exact bottom. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we came down to 21,369, right? So we're close, within a few dollars, within a few tens of dollars at this low here. And so we could very well see the same thing happen again. Like, we need to be watching, especially if we come down to our what the heck is that thing? What in the world? Wow, fancy. That's above my pay grade. That's above my pay grade, right? This is what we're looking for. Especially if we come down to that Fibonacci golden pocket right here, right at that 22.8-ish zone, right? This is really where we want to be seeing more of these bullish signs at this blue line, 22.833. Right? Yeah, this is not looking too bearish on these high time frames, guys. It really is not. The tall tail giveaway for me also was the hidden bull on the daily when we came down here, and the regular bull on the 4, right? The hidden bull on the daily down here and the regular bull on the 4. So if we get another hidden bull on the daily, can you imagine that? Oh my goodness. Can you imagine if we get a momentum wave below the -60 line as we slowly drip down to that 23,000? That could be bullish, man. Let's take a look at some alts now. What alts should we take a look at? Solana. Take a look at Solana. All right. Shout out, by the way, to Brandon, or nah, I forget who gave the super chat, who asked me to look at Sol, but shout out to you, bro. Brock Landers. Brock. Shout out to you, man. Okay. All right. Now, Sol is my second favorite coin to Safe Moon. Just kidding. Yeah, we'll take a look at some Solana here. We're forming, allegedly we're forming a giant head and shoulders, okay? Head and shoulders is a bearish pattern. Breaks to the downside. We're going to take a look at this here. We are going to take a look at this. Let's take a look at this, a bearish head and shoulder pattern here. On the daily, you said? Are you talking about something like this? Like that? Let me double read what you said here. Let me double read what you said. I just want to make sure that I'm getting this right here. We're taking a look at Solana. We're looking for an epic dump to the downside, guys. Okay, it's forming a massive head and shoulders. Let's see. Where is this massive head and shoulders right now? Maybe if we go down to the 4 hour. Oh, I see. You're talking about this. It could be a Head and Shoulders. Let's assess the situation a little bit here, right? We need to assess the situation here. It could be a Head and Shoulder. So, okay, we broke into the value area, rejected from the point of control down to the value area low, put in that high, point of control bounce, reject from the 382, and we would then have our neckline be like this. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I do have to say the 4 hour looks like it could be kind of bullish. Let's see what the target of this Head and Shoulder would be. Target of the Head and Shoulder would just basically come down to the lows, right? So this is interesting. This is very interesting. Go to our daily. I mean, what's so interesting about this is there's liquidity here that can be grabbed, right? So let's say that this Head and Shoulder plays out, right? Let's say it plays out. We have liquidity down here, okay? Which means if we come down here, not only is there liquidity here, but objectively speaking, this is the low of the range where we could be looking for a long trade, right? So this would be quite interesting because if we did come down here, yeah, depending on how low we come. Yeah, I'm trying to think like if this plays out bearishly, what could we look at? We might be able to look, if this is going to end up very bearish, we could look for a long into a lower high short. The thing, though, about the daily time frame is that money flow does not look bearish at all. The money flow is still coming in. So maybe if this Head and Shoulders breaks down, we could expect a fake out, right? A fake out where basically the Head and Shoulder does break down, but we just come down to key support and then get a bounce from there. Let's pull a fib from the low to the high. Wow. Look at this. So another scenario that could happen here is, look at this. We have the range that we've been trading here. We have the Fibonacci golden pocket right there at the low of the range, right? So we might get a fake out of the Head and Shoulders, trap a whole bunch of shorts, and then get another move up. The 4 hour looks like it could give us that coveted uneven butt cheek pattern. Shout out to Bailey Blake for the super chat. Really appreciate that. This could be another scenario, right? Especially if this 4 hour is giving us the coveted uneven butt cheek pattern. Very interesting. Shout out to Bailey Blake for the super chat. I really appreciate it. God bless you, Bailey Blake. Okay, this is a good question. A really good question. Thank you for the 100,000. I don't remember. Says, yo, JC, cheers for the fine balance of solid TA and terrible comedy. Don't ever change. Can you give us some quick insight onto your trading journal practice? How do you calculate position size? Yeah, so calculating the position size is, what you do is you take the amount that you want to risk and you divide it by your stop loss percentage, right? You divide it by your stop loss percentage. So let's say, for example, man, this long is on fire now, huh? Man, this long is on fire now, huh? Wow. Let's say, for example, right, that this is our trade setup right here, right? Let's say we have $100,000 in a trading account. That means we're only risking $100 per trade. We should be not risking more than $100 per trade. Okay? Now, in order to calculate the fees into that, you might want to say I'm only risking $75 per trade, right? Give or take. That way you always know you're risking around 1%, right? What you're going to do is when you plan out your trade, like for example, this trading plan right here, my trading plan was if we come below the 786, then my trade idea is invalid, which means I need a 0.01% stop loss, right? 0.01% stop loss. So if you have $100,000, basically what you do, if you're risking 1%, that's $100. So you do 100 divided by 0.001 because it's a 0.1% stop loss, right? So yeah, we move that decimal place over, yeah, two positions. And 100 divided by 0.001 will give you the amount of dollars you need to put on that trade while risking 1% of your account. So I'm going to pull out my calculator here because I can't do math, which is why you should definitely not listen to anything I say. This is not even financial advice. You know, I didn't really make it through math class. So you'd put $100,000 on the trade. Man, see, I'm such an idiot. I couldn't even think of that in my head, guys. You'd put $100,000 on the trade with a 0.1% stop loss. You'd lose $100, okay? You could put your whole account on the trade in this situation while abiding by good risk management, right? And you also want to also shoot for those good risk rewards, right? So for me, the target of my take profit 1 was going to be the Fibonacci golden pocket from the most recent high to the most recent low, which for me, in this instance, is giving me a 4-to-1 risk reward at take profit 1, which means if I take 50% of the trade out at TP1, I'm still earning more at TP1 than I'm potentially risking, right? We also want to shoot for trades that have more potential reward than risk. And once you hit that TP1, which is still guaranteed more reward than risk, then you just shoot for the dang moon. Just shoot for the moon. 100K is my next TP on this one. That's how you're going to do that. And that's going to keep your losses to a minimum. You know what I'm saying? See, guys, I'm absolutely stupid. So also, yeah, there's tools out there you can use. Surface9 in the Casper Crew Discord made a really nice spreadsheet that calculates all this stuff for you. And honestly, here's the truth, guys. I don't really do that for every trade. I kind of estimate it. I'll be honest with you. I estimate it. Okay, so ES right now is cross, and you'll learn to estimate it too, right? You'll pretty much learn to estimate it. And the price of Bitcoin is always changing, and when you're trading USDT, you have to do it in Bitcoin price and not dollar price. So you just kind of estimate it. You know, like when Bitcoin's around 20K, you know 4 Bitcoin is 80K, you know 5 Bitcoin is 100K. When Bitcoin's 25K, you know 4 Bitcoin's about 100K. You like ballpark it, right? The main point is we're not risking more than 1 to 3% per trade, and especially if we're scalping, I don't like to be risking more than 1%. Oftentimes, less than 1% I will risk on the trade, because you got to think too, the market fee will get hit on the stop loss. So if you're using this formula to a T, then you have to calculate those fees in as well. So you might want to put a little bit less than 1%. But by the way, if you want to get 0% limit fees on ByBit, you can go to the link in the description. These fees, the zero limit fees, you can mark it into the trade, pay the fee, and then limit out for no fee. It's actually pretty nice. And you know, obviously, I'm VIP on ByBit. I pay less fees just because I have a lot of trading volume in here. But so if the unfortunate thing is, if you already have VIP because you've been trading a long time on your account and you're getting a discount on your fees already, maybe this isn't for you. You'd have to open up a new account. You can't use your existing account to do this. So this is if you're not VIP, or if you are VIP but it still is worth it for you to have 0% limit fees on a new account. I'm always trading with multiple accounts as well. So that's how you're going to calculate. Okay, we're coming up to the VWAP, guys. We're coming back up to the VWAP right now. VWAP is definitely a good place to take some profit. It's a good place to take some profits. So let's hit a take profit at 24,000. Wow, we're already at 24,000. Wow, okay. Let's hit one at 2450. 2440. And then we'll hit one at 24,600. And then we'll hit one at 25,000. Man, talk about a scalp, guys. Talk about a scalp. Okay, we're coming up to that VWAP, so let's watch for a rejection. TP just hit, by the way, on that long. Talk about a long scalp, guys. So my short might get stopped out right now, which is totally fine with me. Right, my short might get stopped out here. Let's see what happens at VWAP, because VWAP, if we reject, let's check out the order book right now. Come on, don't do this to me! Come on, don't freeze up on me! Everything's a mess, guys. Everything's a mess. Everything's falling apart. Everything's falling apart. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, huge decrease of open interest. Shorts are getting absolutely wrecked on this rise. Shorts are getting absolutely wrecked. Come on. ExoCharts is not loading for me, guys. This happens to me a lot, which is very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Very, very, very frustrating. Okay, let's see. We're coming up to the VWAP. We also know we're coming up to another key zone of support. We're once again testing the value area low of this range. Can we get up into this range here? This is going to be the make it or break it moment. Bitcoin is at its breaking point. At least that's what Jayson Casper said in his video this morning. He needed some kind of catchy title, and that's what he fell upon. It's hard, guys, to do 2 Bitcoin videos a day. Try and say the same thing every day in a different way. It's tough. I'll be honest with you. Alright, so did we hit VWAP? Let's see. Not yet. We're front-running the VWAP. This is actually a little bit bullish, the fact that we're front-running the VWAP. Because typically, if we reject before the VWAP, we usually do something like this. Bam! I've noticed that a lot. Also, let's pull a local fib. Low to high. Uh-oh. Okay, this is not a random rejection, guys. This is the local 6 Juanita Fibonacci. It's a good thing we just hit a take profit here. This is the local 6 Juanita. Let's see, is she going to go out with us on a date, or is this going to be a harsh rejection? Let's check out our 1-minute time frame to get some clarity on this. 1-minute market Cipher B does not look too bearish. I really wish I could see... Okay, so here's EXO right now. Let's see what's going on here. We had a big decrease of open interest, and now we're getting bearish, actually, bearish CVD divergences. We're actually seeing some longs getting absorbed at this high, right? We're seeing some longs getting absorbed at this high right here. Longs getting absorbed at the high, guys. Do you see that? Longs being absorbed at the high? Okay, so let's see what happens here. We're coming up. We know we're up. We're coming up to resistance, guys. We're coming up to resistance. We see some longs being absorbed here. They didn't listen to their grandfathers. They're buying high again. These people need to start watching the Jayson Casper YouTube channel and other YouTube channels out there that are telling people to buy low and sell high. Yeah, so we see some slight absorption up here. We can see the price is getting lower as longs are opening up. We got like 400,000 longs opening up in this purple candle. So let's kind of wait it out and see. We're coming up once again to the previous day equilibrium. The VWAP, we got more longs opening up right now. 400,000, 500,000 longs opening up. We got over 1 million longs opening up here. They're not really able to push the price up any higher. Let's kind of zoom out now, get a more zoomed out view of what is happening. Okay, so locally we have some bearish CVD. But if we zoom out, I mean, things don't necessarily look too bad here. But we know we're at local resistance, right? We're at local resistance, so this is definitely a TP on the long, guys. This is definitely, at the very least, a TP on the long. Yeah, at the very least, it's a TP on the long. Even on coinanalyze.net, guys, we don't even need to be on a trend reversal chart to see this this absorption coming in right here, right? Look at this. Bam. Right? Longs getting absorbed as we come into the local 6 Juanita, right? So guys, here's a little tip. Never long into the golden pocket resistance. It's very weird why people do that, but they do. It boggles my mind, right? It boggles my mind. Do you know why it boggles my mind? It boggles my mind because people don't know that the golden pocket exists, right? Like, people always make the case, Fibonacci levels work because people trade them. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Well, I don't buy it. I don't buy it because everyone who doesn't know they exist is longing the top at the golden pocket, right? It's like this whole way up, you could say, like as we look at this chart, right? This whole rise so far, it's been a decrease of open interest. We haven't seen longs open up until we hit the golden pocket. This whole move up, it's been a decrease of open interest. Then all of a sudden, as soon as we hit the golden pocket, everyone starts to long. That's crazy to me. That blows my mind. People are unknowingly abiding by the golden ratio that permeates all throughout the creation. It's very, very deep stuff, guys. It's very interesting stuff. Right? It blows my mind. 1 hour is looking juicy. We enter long and short at EQ, TP each at high range and low. I don't know what you mean by that, so I'm sorry. Yes, Bitcoin has decoupled from the SPX and the dollar in a lot of ways, guys. Make sure to like the video. We got about 1,400 people in here, 600 likes. Let's see if we can like 1,000x the likes over here. The Jayson Casper like button is the new safe moon, guys. It's guaranteed to only go up, and you can tell it's in the name. Safe moon, right? What could go wrong? Safe moon. You're trying to invest in something that can only go up? Jayson Casper like button. The safest moon out there. Okay? Alright. Also, value area high of the range. Ooh, are we at the value area high of the local range? Let's check that out as well. We'll go down to our very low time frame here. I haven't actually been looking at this range all day. I've only taken 3 trades today. 1 short and 2 longs. Okay, we're coming up toward that value area high. Yeah, this is definitely resistance, guys. Be watching. If we get another push up, I might actually maybe think about adding to the short. Let's see what happens here if we get some kind of bearish divergence, especially like on the 6. Something like this. Maybe we get a little something like that going on. Then I would probably add to the short. Let's see what happens here. You know, we gotta wait. We gotta be patient. It's like fishing, right? We're casting out our net. We gotta wait for a nibble before we start to reel in, right? Gotta wait for the nib. All right, let's see, guys. So my next take profit on this. My next TP on this is going to be, yeah, right. Well, I guess it's not going to be for a while now, huh? Yeah, 24,600. 24,600 is going to be my next TP if we make it up to there. If we make it up to there. And if not, I'll just close the trade with this profit. That's fine with me. That's how I trade. After I lock in a profit, guys, after I lock in something, stop loss to the entry, and shoot for the moon. Because you're either going to win something or you're going to win a whole lot of something. Oh, yeah. That's how I roll. Okay. Stonks, 28K. Andrew says 28K. Well, I hope we go to 28K. If we go to 28K, I'm holding 3 longs, and I will be holding a portion of this scalp up to 28K myself. I'm going to take out 75% by the time we get to 25K, and it's a very small position at 1.5 Bitcoin. It started out as 4.5 Bitcoin. I've taken most of it out, guys. I thought this was going to be a tiny little scalp trade. I mean, when I opened this trade, you know, I thought we were going to come up to here. This was going to be my TP, and then I thought we were going to dump more, you know. So, but you can't be upset about that, right? You had a plan, you traded it, it worked out well, right? I thought we were going to come lower. I was looking for a swing long from a little bit lower, guys, from the box. From the green box that we've been have down here for like 3 days now. Maybe we're never going to come to the box. I don't know. You know? Shout out to my man, Preparing for War. He says, what's up, Casper crew? What is going on? Shout out to the Casper crew. Shout out to Showa Ibonzane. Says 23334. I hope so. That would be really nice if we made our way back down to there. That's kind of what I've been hoping for. ByBit allows you to open more than 1 long. Yes, on ByBit you can open 2 longs. You can open 1 USDT perpetual linear and 1 USD inverse perpetual. And then you can also short USDT. So you can long and short USDT at the same time. And you can long or short USD. Okay? And if you want to long and short USD at the same time, well, for that, you need 2 separate accounts. Right? You need 2 separate accounts. So I am long and short USD at the same time, but I'm using 2 separate accounts for it, right? So this short that I'm in, potential, Potential short all the way down to $15,000, guys. Potentially. You know, potentially. So this long idea that I've had for a while here, we're waiting to long these lows if we ever get there. You know, ideally what I would do, what I want to happen, guys, right now, what I prefer, doesn't mean this is what's going to happen. This is what I prefer. If I could choose price action, I would actually choose this. I would choose to come down to the lows, get a long it like this, up to this zone, basically take out this high right here, and then compound the short and take it down much lower to at least 18.5. That's what I want to happen here, okay? I don't know if that's going to happen because we already entertained a few different possibilities, such as taking out the high for another top coming up to around 26-ish K into the golden pocket before the real drop. Or maybe we just break 25K, guys, and all these bearish divergences just get totally invalidated and Bitcoin catches everyone off guard. Like, the thing is, if we pump, right? Let's say that we do pump. That's why I'm still holding this long. I've been holding it and compounding it slowly since 16.3K. Look, if we pump and we break that, if we break that 200-week moving average, we could very well get a big move to the upside that's bigger than a lot of people think, than a lot of people expect. We could really get a big move up. I mean, big, like I'm talking like 36K, 40K. If we break that 200 week, I think we could get a really explosive move that people are not going to expect. It's going to wreck a lot of shorts. And I don't think the bull market's in, but we've seen relief rallies in the past catch people off guard like crazy. Last bear market was a great example, right? We saw a $14,000 Bitcoin. We went from 3K to 14K during the bear market, before the halving, right? The all-time high was 20K. We were 6,000 away from the all-time high, right? We were closer to the all-time high in the last bear market than we were to the bottom, right? People forget that. I know the world's different now. There's wars and rumors of wars, pestilence, earthquakes, Matthew 24 stuff going on. I know. But I still hold to my 4-year cycle theory, guys. Shout out to the super chat. Shout out to Jonathan Hochstetler. He says, what do you mean by the note SP on your chart? That's a good question, man. That's a TPO term. Those are single prints. It's an area of support and resistance based on TPO. It's just an area of support and resistance. So basically, if we're looking at a TPO chart like this one right here, right? When we get a fast move, like a fast move up or a fast move down, we leave behind these things that are called single prints, right? We leave behind these things that are called single prints. Let's see if I could show you an example here. Okay, right here. This is a time profile chart, right? A time profile, not volume. This is volume right here. This is time. It's how much time did Bitcoin spend at a certain price. And these are half-hour candles. When only one half-hour candle makes contact with a certain price point for the day, it leaves behind what's called a single print. So for this day of February 14th, we got a big move to the upside. And as you can see here, between the prices of 23,375 and 23,800, only one candle had contact with those price points. And that leaves behind on the time profile rows of single prints, right? Just one print, because every time a candle makes contact with the price, it adds another column to the row. So for example, right here where there's two columns per row, those would be double prints, right? Basically. And we can see the reason why these are double prints is because two candles have had contact with the price, right? This candle and this candle, and then this candle and this candle, right? And so they act as zones of support and resistance. If price comes back down inside of these single prints, it's likely that it fills all the way back down to the bottom. And then when we get to the bottom, oftentimes you'll see we get a bounce. And it's to the dang dollar as well. To the dang dollar as well, right? Now, if you want to learn more about charts like this, TPO charts, order flow charts like this one, check out the advanced course, JaysonCasperTrading.com. Click the advanced course, 20% discount. It's a very thorough course on how to use XO charts or Coinalyze and basically take advantage of the data that these charts can give you. 20% discount on both courses, guys. Also, this course doesn't go over XO charts, but it does go over Coinalyze. And this is basically the blueprint on as to how I trade. 20% discount on this as well. Also, if you want to join the Casper Crew VIP Discord, you can go to patreon.com/JaysonCasper. And Jayson Casper, not Jayson Casper, but the Crypto Fusion Trading Bot. If you're interested in trying it out for free, you can just sign up. We have a 14-day free trial for everybody who signs up. And if you deposit $100 on ByBit using my affiliate link, you can try it for a month for free. It's actually a pretty good tool. You can check it out if you're interested. There's more information on the website. Yeah, it's all on the website. All right, let's check out what is happening right now. Are we still pumping? All right, Bitcoin coming up to the 6 Juanita, getting a little bit of a move to the upside now. Let's see if we can get up a little bit higher here. Now, again, you know, my short, what are we looking for? We're looking to add to the short right now. We're looking to add to the short if we get bearish divs here. Looks like, are we getting some bearish divs? We might. I would prefer to see them at least on our 3-minute here, or at least money flow getting lower on the 1. Let's see what happens as we come up to value area high of the range. VWAP could make for a nice compoundation of the short right up here at about 24.084 and 50 cents on the USD inverse perpetual pair. Right? Let's see. Money flow is getting higher. Shout out to Abu who says, any confident bear wants to bet against 28K, 3 million USDT bet. Oh man, that would actually be a nice bet. Guys, don't forget to like the video. We got double the viewers as likers, man. If you got anything good out of this, make sure to like. If you didn't get anything good, make sure to like. If you love me, like. If you hate me, like. If you're human, please like. And if you're an AI, well, by all means, please hit that like button. Did you know you could change TPO and volume TPO settings through select volume? Yes, you can use time or volume in EXO as well for your point of control for which one will be extended. I was aware of that. Shout out to Laurel Jacques up in the house. All right, we're getting another pump. Oh my goodness, we just hit that VWAP. Wow. Okay, this is definitely interesting. Let's see what happened here. Look at that, guys. Shorts absolutely wrecked at VWAP. That bearish CVD is now invalidated. And this is resistance, guys. I would be surprised if we don't get some kind of resistance here, but I'm not going to add to my short here. I wanted to see bearish on the 6-minute. I'm just going to hold it, because if we get a significant rejection from here, I'll just hold the open position. Short from a little bit higher here. Still long. This is crazy, guys. The 786 is no joke, but in reality, this whole day, it's so funny when you're on the 1-minute time frame taking trades, because we've been trading in this all day. Most people would say this is choppy price action, but you know, on a lower term time frame, there's plenty of opportunity here, in my opinion. All right, let's see if we get a little bit of a move down here. I mean, we came up literally to the dollar, the value area. Getting a wick down from there. Isn't that crazy? How the levels are just so respected, even on this low time frame. Alright, now let's see here. I'm a little bit more biased for upside right now. Bullish divergence on the 30-minute could push the price up, says Mr. G. Do we have a bullish divergence on the 30-minute as well? I mean, it's Yeah, I guess technically that is a bullish divergence right here. Yeah. Yeah, it could push the price up. I mean, the 12 looks really nice. Doesn't the 12 look really nice here? This 12 is making me look to long the higher low right here. Right? The only thing I don't like about the 12 is this low never put in. Excuse me. The thing I don't like about the 12 is these lows haven't put in divergence, which is very rare. That we put in significant lows and the 12 isn't giving us a divergence. That's rare. You know? So that's the only thing that is just kind of throwing me off. Just a smidge whackle. Just a smidge whackle right here. Are we going up or down today? Checkmate 1 wants to know. Well, I can tell you for certainty, it depends, my friend. It really depends. We can't know. We can just be prepared for the levels to the up and down side here. Man, the levels are so dang respected. Look at this. 786 VWAP, value area high to the dollar. Trading Light. Yeah, Pim, I've heard of Trading Light, man. I've heard of it before. In fact, I think I even have an account on it. Some people in another trading group told me about it. I just couldn't ever get into it. It was just too much. It was too much for me. You know, I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man. Shout out to Crypto Sense. Shout out to Green, who says small dump on the 1 minute. That's true. Alpha Gene says that's a hidden bullish on the lows. You're right. It's a hidden bullish on the lows. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yep, it's a hidden bullish. You're right. Look at that. Do we have regular bullish on the 6? Yeah, you know, I just don't like it, you know, because I usually don't like hidden bulls on hidden bullish divs on the I don't like hidden bullish divergences on the lower time frames like that, you know. I just don't like that. All right, let's see what's happening here. Long's now closing out, big decrease. Yeah, we've run out of steam, guys. We've run out of steam here. We've run out of some steam here. This is resistance. Let's watch and wait here. Maybe if we see some kind of absorption going on, we could add to a short here. I'm just being cautious because yesterday I shorted and I got stopped out after TP1 and then we dumped. So I'd rather just hold my position open here, right? In case we do go to Dump City. Now this is a schlong. This is called a schlong, guys. Short from the highs, long from the lows. TP1, stop losses to entry. You know, whatever happens now, besides the one pattern that will wreck me, which is this. Whatever happens now, I'll be in the green, right? I'll be in the green. But that's okay. That's okay because I'm in a much, like, you know, this is a little schlong, right? I'm in a much larger schlong than this. I'm in a much larger schlong as well because I'm long from down here at 21.4 and I'm short from up here at 25.286. So this is a really big schlong. And then over here I have got a little baby schlong on this account here, right? Baby schlong, big schlong. You know what I'm saying? So Subham Kumar is from India. How can you trade crypto? Just go on to ByBit exchange or any other exchange. I recommend ByBit is a nice one. And yeah, you could do it. That's all. You just need some crypto and you can do it, man. You can do it, bro. All right, shout out to everyone in chat, guys. Let's get 1,000 likes up in here. That would be absolutely crazy. We got 1,400, almost 1,500 people. Only 839 likes. Wow. What time frame do I look for hidden bullish then? Well, Dead Cat, I'm not saying you can't look for them on the 12. I just don't like to. I like to look for hidden bullish on like the 4 hour, the daily to the 4 hour. I like those big juicy time frames like 4 hour to the daily to be giving me my hidden bulls. Maybe if I'm looking for like a day trade, the 1 hour can give me a hidden bull. But then I like to see the regular bullish divergences on those lower time frames. And so for me, it's just not ideal. But I'm not saying you can't be looking for that. That's just me. Does price action work in crypto? Yeah, price action works in crypto. Let me show you. Let me show you what I mean. So this long trade that I'm in right now, look, we came down, we bounced perfectly from the 786 Fibonacci to the exact dollar, right? And then after we got the bounce, we start changing market structure locally. We come up, make our first high, right, from our first low to our first high. We come down and we bounce perfectly from the Fibonacci golden pocket right here, giving us the entry, right? And then we come up and we hit our take profit 1 perfectly at the local Fibonacci golden pocket from the low to the high right here. Get a little rejection from there. And then right now we have come up to none other than the value area high of the range, the VWAP, and the 786. And we're getting a rejection from there. So yeah, it works, man. It works. And the short trade that I'm in right now, also very well respected levels, was the level from this morning, posted in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. Right here to take a short. Well, not to take a short, but all the green boxes are levels that I look for trades. Always, right? And so we came up to that level. And we got a perfect rejection from it, right? A perfect rejection this morning. At the time, it was the VWAP, but also it was the golden pocket. It was the value area low of the old range. We had a single print right there, and it was the daily open. So it was a nice confluence right here. Made for the short trade. I actually shorted it once, and then I shorted it again. The reason why my entry isn't from the top, I originally shorted it from the top, guys, but look at this. I originally shorted it right here when we got that bearish CVD divergence, but we came down, and then we came back up and rejected perfectly from the 786 Fibonacci, which gave me, I basically was able to add more to the trade right there and then ride it down. So yeah, TA definitely works for Bitcoin, man. For crypto, I like Bitcoin. It works for altcoins too. I don't scalp altcoins. I scalp Bitcoin. But yeah, it works, man. It works. Shout out to KD. He says, Guten Tag, JC. Love the stream. My name is Seymour Butts from Germany. Do you think we'll pump to 25K? Ja or nein? And he says, Donkey. Well, I don't know, man. I would love to pump to 25K. I'm hoping for it. I have take profit set at 25K for this scalp that I'm in now. And I would love to also compound a short at 25K. I think it's possible. I think it's very possible. But I don't know if I can't say. I'm pretty neutral when it comes to which way I think price is going to go. But I feel in my bones, and based on some of the higher time frames, I feel like we're going to get another move to the upside. I feel like we're going to shake out some more shorts. I even feel like we'll put in a higher high. But this is based on my feeling, right? It's not based on any technical reason. So, yeah, donkey. I'm not really well versed in other languages. Okay. We got Seymour Butts donkey in here. Any trick on position sizing? You just got to make sure you're sticking to your good risk management, man. MF Hussein. So basically what you're going to do is decide how much you want to risk for every trade. Right? Decide how much you want to risk. However many dollars you want to risk from your account. I recommend not risking more than 1 to 3% tops. And then divide that number by your stop loss percentage. And that will give you your position size. Doesn't matter if you're long or short. Right? It all depends on your stop loss and how much you want to risk. Right? If you're entering a trade like this, if your stop loss for your trading idea has to be up here, right? Then you need to put less on the trade, right? But if you have a really juicy entry, let's say your stop loss only has to be like this, you can put a lot more on the trade. That's how it works. Right? Position size has to do with your stop loss and how much you're willing to risk. There's no difference for longing or shorting. It's all about how much are you willing to risk and shooting for trades that have more potential reward than risk. Right? Good risk management is key. It's always key. Shout out to Golden Pocket. Yeah, his name was Seymour Butts. That is a nice name. Shout out to KD. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Seymour Butts. How can you manage leverage if swing low or swing high is not created yet? Like it depends on your trading idea, right? It depends on your trading idea. So, like, for example, if we're trading the 1 minute range here, which we're trading this 1 minute range today, then for me, down here, my initial trade setup was I was banking on the fact that the swing low was put in right here. This was my hypothesis. My hypothesis was you have to have a hypothesis before you get into a trade. You have to have something that you think is going to happen, right? You're wagering your money on what you think is going to happen. So I thought that this was the swing low right here, based on the fact that we came down to the 786 to the dollar with bullish divergences. And then after we got that first move up and we got a higher low retest into the golden pocket, I told myself, as long as we don't lose the 786, my idea is valid that we put in our swing low, and I'm longing the retrace, and then we're going to come up from here. And so therefore, I could enter this trade with 65x leverage without even a risk of getting liquidated. And leverage doesn't even change your position size, guys. It doesn't even change your position size at all. There's two reasons why you can use leverage. Number one, it helps psychologically. You don't have to play that game where the stop loss game, right? If you're leveraging up capital, then after you get liquidated, that's it. You're out of the trade. You can't play the stop loss game. This is the stop loss game, right? You enter your trade, you have your stop loss, right? And you're like, you know what? If price comes down here, I'm going to get out of the trade. Price starts to come down. You're like, you know what? I just want to move my stop loss now. Instead of under the 786, I'm going to move it under this low. You know, I'm going to move it under that low. Because, you know, we might just come down for another double bottom, right? And then price starts coming down even lower. And you're like, well, you know what? We might just go for these lows and then get the bounce from there. And the next thing you know, you're holding this thing down, low leverage, you're holding it down to here, and what was supposed to be a very small loss is now turning into a pretty significant loss, especially if you entered that trade with expecting that your trading idea needed a 0.1% stop. So you put your whole dang account on the trade, right? Basically, for the 0.1% stop. And now you're taking a massive loss, right? You can't play that stop loss game when you're using leverage, because once you're liquidated, you're out. Now, leverage does not mean you're risking more money. It does not. I could be in a 100x trade or a 1x leverage trade with the same amount of money on the trade, and when my stop loss is hit, I lose the same amount of money on the trade, right? You're not risking more with leverage. What leverage does is it allows you to take a small amount of money and leverage it up more. So if I have $100,000, right? I could either put $100,000 on my trade with 1x leverage, or I could 100x leverage and put $100,000 on my trade. The only difference is the 1x leverage, my margin is $100,000. The 100x leverage trade, my margin is $100. I'm not risking more than $100 if I'm abiding by my stop loss in both instances. If I'm using 100x leverage or I'm using 1x leverage and I'm abiding by my 1% risk management, regardless of what happens, when that stop loss is hit, or in the 100x leverage case, once that trade is liquidated, I'm losing $100. I know fees and all that crap. But it's the principle I'm trying to get across. So if you have a hypothesis that your swing low locally in the 1 minute range is here, your entry's here, your invalidation is here, that means you need a 0.1%. That means I could use 100x leverage, technically could use 500x leverage, and not get liquidated. Now, I would never recommend doing that, right? Because stop losses can go wrong, slippage and all this. I would never recommend that. But my point here is leverage, it's irrelevant. What really matters is your trading idea, your stop loss, and how much you're risking, right? If you know where your trading idea is wrong, in my case, under the 786, then doesn't matter what leverage you're using, right? It's high leverage is bad if you're in a swing trade and you're trading on higher time frame. If you're trading on the 1 hour, if you're trading on the 4 hour, if you're trading on the daily time frame, which people do, and that's totally fine, then you're dealing with multiple percent stop losses. If your trading idea has a 7% stop loss, of course you can't be using high leverage for that. You'll get liquidated, right? It just doesn't fit with your trading idea. If you have a tiny stop loss, you can use higher leverage. This can not only help psychologically, but also it can allow you to not keep all your capital on the exchange, especially if you're scalping, if you have a scalping account. Do you want to keep a whole giant stack of crypto on your scalping account? No, right? Just keep a little bit on there, leverage it up, right? Leverage it up, withdraw your profits every day or every week or every month or however you do it. That's one reason to use it. I mean, there's a lot of, but the point is, it's just a tool. It's just a tool. It's dangerous if you're using it the wrong way. Just like a chainsaw is dangerous if you use it to chop your neck off. But if you're using it to cut a tree, it's a very helpful tool, right? But there's some people out there who say chainsaws are so dangerous, you should never use them. You should only use a handsaw. Well, you know, there's different tools for different jobs. You know what I'm saying? Have I heard of World Bank? Says Fire Away Productions. Yeah, I don't know. I actually have never heard. Biden nominated a new leader for it. It's not a real bank, but more of an organization. Definitely feels like some end time stuff. I'll have to check into it, Fire Away Productions. I'm surprised I haven't heard of that yet. Have not heard of it yet. Nikhil says, what I understood in the past few weeks is place a stop loss, but don't mark profit limit because Bitcoin can give you much more. Okay, so Nikhil, here's what I recommend, and this is not financial advice, my friend. But here's what I recommend, and here's what works for me. You should always set your stop loss, whether it be a literal stop loss or a mental stop loss of where you close that trade. And what you should always do is guarantee yourself that a TP1 is hit where you have locked in a profit. Okay, so an example is both of these trades that I'm in now, my short trade and my long trade, right? I'm holding two trades right now. I'm counter trading myself. I'm short from here, I'm long from here. Both of these trades, I've hit a take profit partial. I've taken out part of the position and the rest of the position is still open. What this does is guarantees that even if my trade gets stopped out, I've made money on the trade. But like what you say, because Bitcoin can run like crazy, I now have much higher take profit set as well. So if it keeps pumping, let's say, I have take profit set all the way to $25,000 on this long trade. That's the way I recommend to do it. But it also depends, my friend, on how you are trading. Are you spot trading or are you margin trading on leverage? Because if you're spot trading, there's no need for stop losses at all, right? If you're buying Bitcoin on spot, then I would recommend holding it until prices are much higher and then scaling out, selling bits and pieces of it as we continue to pump up. But if you're trading on leverage, then yes, you need to lock in profits, man. You need to lock in profits. You have to. That's just the wise thing to do. I would even take out half of the position after a decent take profit is hit, and then hold the rest. You have nothing to lose and just only potential gain. You want to put yourself in the most advantageous situation you can, right? If you have a stop loss and no take profit, right? Let's say my trade gets stopped out now, right? I would have held this trade. Let's say I'd never taken any profit. I honestly could have made I could have made over $1,000 on the trade, right? Let's say if I just held this thing up to here, probably could have made well over 1,000 on the trade. Let's say we come all the way up to here. I have no take profit set, and then we come all the way back down to here, and I get stopped out. Now I close that trade in a loss when I could have closed that trade in maybe like $1,500, $2,000 profit. I don't know what it would have been if I had kept 4 Bitcoin on the trade up there, right? I don't know. Let's see. Let's say that happened. That's 1.6% on about $100,000, right? That's about $1,600, right? So let's say that actually had happened, right? I hold it up to $1,600 and then we dump and I close the thing at a loss. Why would we want to put ourselves in that situation? Instead, what we should do is we should set a target. In my case, for the long trade, my target was right here. So when I come up to here, I'm going to take out half the trade. Then I'm going to move my stop loss to my entry. So if I get stopped out of my entry, I've made money on the trade and I can wait for the next trade. Because eventually one of those trades is going to pump, right? And so that's my mentality. And I've had a lot more success doing that because it takes the psychological anguish out of that game you play with yourself. Should I take profit? No, I'm not going to take profit now. I'm going to wait for higher. Then it starts to come down. Uh-oh, I should have taken profit. Next time it comes up to that price, I'm going to take profit. Okay, it's coming up there. I'm going to take profit. Next time it gets there, oh, it's not getting there. Okay, crap. Now it's coming down lower. I should have taken profit. And trust me, man, you don't want to be playing that game. It's no fun. It's no fun. You know, I'm sure we've all played that game, right? We've all played that game. That's true. Shout out to Brandon. Caroline said stop losses were bad for risk management. You're right, man. You're right. Well, honestly, the best tool for risk management, and here's why Caroline didn't need stop losses, because she was using tools like this. She didn't need stop losses. She had 100% win rate with the SBF upside down man boob confirmation. You know? That's what she had. How do you get such good stop losses where your where your stop losses? It's by technical analysis. I mean, it's just by technical analysis. That's really what it is. It's TA, right? It's TA. You know where your key levels are. You know the invalidation of the idea, right? We're trading a range here on the 1 minute. This is the range high. This is the range low, okay? When we come down to the low of the range and we hit a key level, which was the Fibonacci 786, then immediately the idea, like you have to have an idea, right? And your trade could be wrong, and you're going to be wrong, and you're going to take losses. But if your stop loss is that insignificant and you're risking less than 1% per trade, your losses are going to be smaller than your wins, right? I think I would have ended up losing about $68 on my trade. Actually, I don't even know. Yeah, I think about $68 on the trade if it had gotten stopped out. But my TP1, I think I booked like about 150. So yeah, you just it's based on TA. You have to have an idea, right? You have to have an idea. Like what is my reasoning for entering the trade? You have to have a plan. So depending on your setup, you should already know like where your stop loss has to be. So for my setup, for this trade setup, my idea of the trade, I was presupposing that the low is in and that I was longing a retest of the golden pocket, right? So presuppose that the low is in and I'm longing the retest of the golden pocket. What does that mean? If I'm right that this is a retest, it means if price comes below the 786, there's a very high chance that my idea is wrong. Because if we're going to be longing a retest, the retest is most of the time going to come in between the 618 and the 786 fib level, right? So if we lose the 786 fib level, I can say, all right, I was wrong. On to the next trade. But if I'm right, then that means I only need to put my stop loss below the 786. And my entry's right up here. Which means I only need to have about a 0.1% stop loss, right? Because if I'm letting price go lower than 0.1%, it means my idea is wrong. So I should be out of the trade. Why am I staying in the trade where my original idea for getting into that trade is wrong, you know? So Nick Chow says, I think we might be able to take out 618 for a long date. Nice, man. Nice. All right, guys. Everyone like the video right now, man. We're so close to 1,000 likes. We only need like 60 more likes. We got 1,300 people, 1,400 people, only 900 likes. Let's see if we can get 1,000 likes on this stream, man. That'd be crazy. What do I think of Insane Clown Posse? Are you talking about ICP, the crypto? Or are you talking about legitimately Insane Clown Posse? I don't really know much about Insane Clown Posse as the musical group, besides, like, when I think of the musical group, I think of Juggalos. Interesting. So the bounce from the current 786 is bullish CBD just like yesterday. Let's check that out. Wow, look at this, guys. Bitcoin's back on going to Pump City again. Would you look at this? We're going to Pump... Oh, my goodness. We're going to Pump City again, man. We're going to Pump City again. I'm gonna book a little more profit on this short right now, because I want to. I'm already short from higher, and I just want to. And let me just make sure. 24,153. All right, let's check out what's happening here. Wow. That's interesting. Is that not interesting? We're still at the VWAP, but we definitely don't see absorption of longs here. We definitely don't see absorption of longs at the VWAP there. So interesting. All right, what are we looking at? We're looking at yeah, I know we're putting in a triple top here, guys. This could be a triple top and then a reversal, but we don't see any bearish CVD here. And we take a look at market Cipher. We're getting a 4-hour green dot. 12 minutes still looks like there's more upside here. We don't have the 6 minute even looks kind of bullish. Money flow getting thick. All right, we're looking at the 786. Crypto student, I have I just went over twice in this stream exactly how to calculate risk management and position size and stop loss. So just go back and watch this stream, because I cover it in depth in this stream twice. All right, so CVD. Let's check out the CVD. First of all, let's check out the ES. ES is pumping like a wild woman. And check out, what's the dollar doing actually? Dollar's doing nothing. All right, we're trying to see CVD, bullish CVD, just like there was yesterday at the 786. Let's go to the 15-minute chart here. I see that. I see that. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, wow, look at that. That's nice. That is nice. All right. Let's go to Pump City, man. Let's go straight to Pump City. Shout out to everybody for liking the stream, by the way. You guys are the best. May God bless you all. Shout out to Chip Chocolate. He told us all. Igor Session 3 low is strong, and Igor Session 3 high is breakable. So the market most likely will break the high, if not this session, then the next. I have tested this strategy and it's pretty profitable. You did say that yesterday. I do remember that. Do you take less than 0.15 of stop loss as you know the fees effect? Yeah, you want to calculate. Yeah, so if you're risking 1%, a hard 1%, you got to put less than 1% risk up, right? Yeah, you can calculate your fees. In general, I don't really think about fees too much. I'll be honest with you. I don't really. I don't really. But yeah, if you want to be strict, then yeah, you have to calculate your fees. as well. Which basically means just put a little bit less than 1% up, right? Risk a little bit less than 1% and you'll be risking 1%, right? What's the stop loss? What's the market fee? It's like 0.25%. It's like 1/4%. Right? So put 75% then. Risk 0.75%. Shout out to everybody for 1,000 likes. God bless you all. In Jesus' name, I pray you all are super, super blessed. Shout out to Freedom Man, who's late. Is this a change of market structure on the 15-minute, in my opinion? Let's check it out. It could be. It's hard to say right now. It's so hard to say because of this little thing we got going on here. You could say, locally, you could say that that yes, you could say yes locally, that we put in our high, we put in our low, our high, we put in our lower low, now we put in a higher high. So yeah, that means if we get a retrace, once again, could be looking to long that golden pocket, right? Something like this. Again, this would be a trading idea. This would be a setup that you could calculate good risk management to enter, understanding now that if it comes below that 786, your trading idea is wrong, and if you want to target the previous highs, right, or that order block, that 15-minute order block, this is giving you a 4-to-1 risk reward, which means if you TP1 at well, actually, let's see. If we dump from here, let's say we come down to the 786, and you TP1 at the 618. It's not the best. TP1 at the 786. That's still a 2-to-1 at TP1. Stop loss to entry. But honestly, I would say that I would be shooting for much higher if we do come down and bounce for that golden pocket. I would shoot for much higher. I would shoot for at least these highs. But at the same time, you know what? We got to be careful of this kind of thing going on. But yeah, this is a valid trade setup right here, in my opinion. And like the thing is too, like a lot of times, I'll be honest with you guys, like if I see that we're bouncing from the golden pocket with a confirmation, I long the golden pocket and put my stop loss below the low that we put in, right? So if I see, for example, that we do this, right? Well, I might enter my long right here and put my stop loss below that wick, and then I have myself a nice, better entry here, right? I have a nice, better entry. So you can put a little bit more on the trade. Shout out to Abdel BZ, who says broadening wedge on the 1-hour chart, SPX. Interesting, let's check that out. Interesting. That is interesting. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Why are my stop losses the same as my entry? Because after I take a profit, I move my stop loss to my entry to make sure that I win. This is honestly how I scalp, and this is how I swing trade as well. Right? This is how I swing trade as well. So, you know, I like to lock in a profit and then move that stop loss to the entry. That way I don't lose anything, I can only win. So my two choices are, I win or I win, all right? Got a Life wants to know, what does 100x mean opposed to 1x, and how does that profit you differently? It all has to do with your trading idea. I just actually went over it, but it really doesn't mean much of anything. If you can fit leverage into your trading idea, then use it if you want to, and if not, then don't. It shouldn't really change anything about how much profit you're making on a trade. The only thing it can change is if your trading idea allows you to put more money than you actually have onto a trade and still abide by good risk management, then you can use leverage. A great idea, a great example of that would be this. Let's say, just as an example, that we have this short trade right here, okay? We have a short trade right here. And we are risking right now 1/3 of a percent, a 0.33 give or take percent stop loss, right? 0.33% stop loss. And we have, let's say we have $100,000, right? We have $100,000. Well, if we put $100,000 on the trade and our stop loss gets hit, we're losing 1/3 of a percent of our account. But if we are risking 1% of our account per trade, right? Well, then we can actually 3x leverage. We can put $300,000 onto the trade. If we have $100,000, we could 3x leverage our whole account, still be risking 1% only. Of course, I'm not including fees in this. I'm just speaking in generalizations to get the point across. We could 3x leverage our whole account and be risking 1% if we get stopped out, and be making now 1% on $3,000 on $300,000 instead of $100,000, right? That is one aspect where leverage is beneficial and can profit you more if you use it than if you don't use it, okay? But in general, whatever your position size is, your position size is relative to your stop loss, and you should be risking 1 to 3% max per trade. And I recommend, if you're newer to this, you risk even less than that, right? So that's all. Leverage isn't very much anything. All right. Yes, with 100x as profit taker, you have little or no room for error. Yes, that's true. So it all depends on your trading idea as well. So it depends on your hypothesis for that trade. So if, like, you know, the trade I'm in now, I could have actually entered with 100x with no issues, because I needed a 1/10 of a percent stop loss, right? But if you're entering a trade where you need more than 1%, you can't be using 100x leverage, right? Leverage is just a tool to take a small amount of capital and leverage it up to abide by good risk management. The profit and loss you make on a trade, leverage has nothing to do with it, right? If I put $10 on a trade with 1x leverage, or if I put $10 on a trade with 100x leverage, I'm still making profit and loss on $10. Does not matter. Does not matter, right? It took me a while to conceptualize that when I first got into trading and leverage. It took me a while to understand, but we go over this in the course as well, guys. 20% discount. If you want to learn how to trade it, you want to learn how to do it right, JaysonCasperTrading.com, 20% discount on this course. This is the blueprint, guys. This is going to give you everything to do this the right way and not just gamble away your money, but to actually do it in a systematic approach so that you can, like, do it with longevity and hopefully become profitable over time. But at the very least, you're not going to blow your account if you follow this, because you're putting the probabilities in your favor and you're using math to avoid losing too much, which will then put you out of the game, right? How much position size do I take out in TP1? It really depends, guys, on the trade. It depends on the idea. So for this trade, I took out 50% very early because it was my trading idea to take out 50% very early. Sometimes I'll take just enough to cover the fees if I get stopped out. Sometimes I'll take out just enough so I break even if I'm stopped out. It really depends on the trade. If it's a scalp trade, I always take out at least 25%, usually 50%, right? I usually take out half right away. No, there's no higher profit with higher leverage. That does not matter. Leverage does not matter, right? Watch this. I could change my leverage right now. I'm going to put on 100x. Okay? I still have the same exact profit and loss. The only thing that's changed here is how much of my actual margin is isolated on the trade. Okay? I'm still making profit and loss on $35,000, right? I have $35,000 on the trade right now. I have $35,000 on this trade. If I have 100x leverage, or if I have 65x leverage, which I was originally using, I still have $35,000 on the trade. But now instead of $300 of isolated margin, I have $500 of isolated margin. You're not making profit and loss on your margin. You're making profit and loss on how many contracts you put on that trade. Leverage allows you to put more contracts on the trade with less money, but it doesn't mean you should, right? It just allows you to have either less money in your account so that you don't have to keep your whole stack in the account and you can still trade, or, like I was saying, psychologically, it can help you not play the stop loss moving game because, 65x leverage, you can only play that game for so long before you're liquidated, and, your losses will be less if you're liquidated before, But it all depends. It all depends on how you're using it, It really depends. It's a tool. It's a tool. That's all it is. It doesn't make you win more money. People gamble with it, right? People gamble with it. I know a guy who longed Dogecoin before the pump, 20x leverage. 20x leverage, longed Doge before it pumped. And I think he put like $200,000 on the trade. He took all the 200K, 20x leverage, longed it, right? That's a gamble, right? He made out very, very well from that. But you can use it to gamble, or you can use it as a tool to abide by good risk management. There's different ways to use it. All right, guys, it's been a great stream. I'm gonna head out, but man, God bless you all in Jesus' name. I do pray everybody is very blessed. Even if you're not religious, I still pray that everybody watching and listening is blessed. And so may the Lord bless you. May He protect you. May He shine light upon you. May He have grace upon you. May the Lord turn His face towards you and give you wholeness and peace in the name of Jesus the Messiah, the God of Israel, the God of the whole world, the Creator. And I'll see everybody in the next stream. Peace, y'all.